I like being on the left.
There you go.
Here we go. Welcome on, guys. Happy Thursday, May 7th. Okay. We made it through, and the weekend's almost over. And I think
The weekend?
the week is almost over. Okay.
Close enough, right?
Yeah, we're close enough. It doesn't matter to me. I don't have weekends. It's literally my weekends are actually the busier times for me. That's like I literally cap in around 15-hour days on Saturdays and Sundays. This Sunday, no. Also, anyone who's on here who's doing the membership stuff, we're doing Saturday night instead of Sunday.
Ooh, exciting Saturday night.
Well, yeah, because what's Sunday? Madre's Day. So
oh, that's right.
Yep. I mean, I'm teaching then, but she didn't want any part, but I can't spend 3 hours at night when probably going to dinner or something. I don't know. I probably should get her a gift at some point.
Maybe not.
The gift to her is I leave her alone. Okay. After you're married, I've been married since 89. So
89?
No.
How old were you?
Yeah, 89.
No.
Yeah. What?
No way.
Yeah, I was 21.
You're married to almost 40 years?
Uh-huh. My daughter's 36. She's born in 90, so whatever that is. 91. She should be 36 or 35, something like that. Yeah, long time.
Wow.
Imagine. So this is the worst part. Like I remember my childhood and all that. I've been married for almost double the amount I was single. I think it's working. I could probably, I think we kind of worked out, right? Okay. I think it's through its test trial. I guess it's gonna last. Okay, now, welcome on. It's Thursday. Tonight is NASAA night. Remember, tonight's 63, 65, 66. Maybe Xavier's on here. He has some questions. Couple quick things, guys. Check out Achievable. They are fucking great. Nobody teaches stuff better than them. And a great. Oh, look at that! I got on TikTok. I got somebody that said they passed. I love that. Guys, don't forget. Also, I have 207 Whisper and TikTok Series 7 Whisper. So I do, and Instagram and TikTok. I do Series 7 Whisper, and I'm on LinkedIn too if you want it. It looks like I keep pausing. Am I freezing?
You were before.
Okay. So again, back to this. If you need help and you need other stuff, go check out Achievable. If you don't like, if your firm doesn't offer you Achievable, if you have a choice of Kaplan or not minimum, get SDC. They're the best. Okay. SDC is great for pretty much every exam. The only downfall is they don't have a shitload of questions, but if you do it right, you probably don't need them that much. If you need tutoring, I'm here to help you. Jeff does a study plan. He's great at that. All he does is study plans. He doesn't do the material. All he does is study plans. You've seen him at the end of the live sometimes. He spends a half hour doing that. Not on Thursday. So he has to get to the bar. By 9 o'clock, he has to get out there and start drinking. And then we're at capitalvantagetutoring.com or series66.com. Series66exam.com is one of my. I'm a gatherer of domains. And what's the other one? And if you don't like my style, there's another guy, Michael Weiss, who's not one of my tutors. I have three tutors that work for me, and Jeff works with me. Then Michael Weiss over at series7examtutor.com. He's great. He has a CFA, solid shit. He's good. He knows what he's doing. Okay. Let's see what we got. Any questions in here at all? Okay. Jason. Okay. Yes, I can do that. Okay. Now, okay. And again, it's weird. Thursdays are always weird. It's either a great night or just we're puttering along like a Model T and just to get to 9 o'clock. Okay. Test is next Saturday, not meaning in 3 days or 2 days. There's any tips for registration, investment advisor reps? Okay. Okay. Broker deal is pretty straightforward. Okay. So let's talk about it. So investment advisors, remember the big thing. Investment advisor is a firm. Investment advisor rep is the individual. Keep that in mind. Investment advisor is the firm. Investment advisor is the individual. Okay. The investment advisor registers with the SEC or the state. Never, ever, ever both. Do I have it on here?
Wait. Say that again. The
The
investment.
investment advisor registered with the SEC
Right.
or the state. Never both.
Okay, but the investment advisor
Rep only registered with the state.
Okay. I thought you said investment advisor for the state, both for the same thing. Okay.
Hope not. Okay. See if I can do. Is it Sharon? Yeah. Hold on. That one work? How about that? We're all together. Okay. We'll just talk about this right now. So look, does my arrow show up? That's great. Okay. So look, IA, they register either with the SEC or the state, never both. If they're over 110 million or they manage an investment company, they have to register with the SEC. If they're under 100 million, they have to register with the state unless they're in 15 states or more or manage an investment company. Between 100 and 110, they get to choose. If they're under 100 million, then they will register with the state, obviously, unless something comes in like they have 15 states or more, or they manage investment companies, and they're allowed to register with the SEC. Not have to, allow. Investment company, they have to. Over 15 states, they get to if they want to. They would an advisor, once they have an office or a place of business or more than 5 retail clients, they have to do something. Okay, so I'll say that again. If they have a place of business or more than 5 retail clients, they have to do something. If they're federal, they notice file. If they are state, then they have to register. So I'll say that again. If they're a federal covered advisor and they have an office or more than 5 clients, they have to notice file. If they're state, then they would have to register. Now, what's not an IA? A bank, an issuer, broker-dealer, agent, IAR. And plate. Does anyone know what plate stands for? Why, yes, Ken, we do. Plate stands for, everyone else says late, I say plate. Publisher, lawyer, accountant, teacher, engineer. Again, publisher, lawyer, accountant, teacher, engineer. As long as they're doing incidental business and not charging for the advice, they will not have to register. The IAR is an individual, always an individual. They register only on the state level. And now, when would they have to register on a state? Now, remember, an IAR will have to be registered somewhere because they got an office somewhere. There's no virtual IARs yet. They don't have like chat IAR yet. Okay, now they'll try. I bet it'll be soon. If they have a place of business or more than 5 clients, something usually has to happen. But let's clean it up. If they work for a state advisor, if they have a place of business or more than 5 retail clients, they have to register. If they work for a federal covered advisor, they only register if they have a place of business. So I'll say that again. Okay? If they have a place of business, they will have to register for sure. I always forget how to stop this shit. Okay. So again, if the IAR has a place of business in the state, they will always have to register. If they work for a federal covered advisor, the place of business is the only thing. They could have all 19 people that live in Idaho and they have them, doesn't matter, as long as they don't have a place of business. If they work for a state advisor, it's either place of business or more than 5 retail clients, they have to register. Okay. Enrique, sure. And if you could put anything you want in there, and if it's bad, I'll just fucking delete you, call you out. But no, you're good. Okay. I hope that, Jason, I hope that helps a little bit. New York fucking beat the shit out of Texas again, which is good. Okay. Now, Finn Minty. I still don't know what test you're taking, but that's okay. So now, because I think she's taking the SIE, I think she's taking the 7, she's in on the 66 stuff. She's all in. She's trying to learn everything, which is good. She's in the membership groups and everything. And guys, those membership groups are great. I literally just finished one 10 minutes ago, and I think they're still on there doing questions together. I almost forced them to do it by going, hey, I'm just going to close the Zoom and give it to one of you, and then they stay and they do questions. Okay. So what is a puttable bond? That means it's on the green and you go for that. No, a puttable bond means that you can sell it back to the issuer anytime you want at par. There's dates, but it's pretty much you can sell it anytime you want. So if I have a puttable bond, that means I don't really have any interest rate risk because even if the rates go up, I get to sell it at par. Usually it's paired with a convertible or a variable rate. What's a variable rate? A variable rate means that the rates can move up and down with the current rates, up and down, okay? A convertible means it turns into common stock. Both of those are really attractive, okay? So they add the puttable part to it so that you can sell it back to the issuer anytime you want. So since that's a good thing, the yield will be lower. Remember, anytime we add something for the investor, we are going to pay you less. Just the way it goes. If I make it puttable, or I make it non-callable, or I secure it, or I make it convertible, or I make it variable, any of those things, if I add to it, makes it more stronger, makes it a better bond for you, then I'm going to pay you less. The less I give you, so if I make it callable and unsecured and non-convertible and blah blah blah, all that, then I'm going to have to pay you more for that risk. That's another thing they do. Sometimes they will add a warrant to a bond to make it more attractive. A warrant is, if you buy my bond, I'll give you the right to buy 1, 5, 10, 20 shares of my stock at a future date. And what it does is it opens up the investments to more people. So if people want to buy a bond and they go, "Ooh, Ken's kind of a shithead. I don't know if I want to buy it." Oh, but he's letting us buy the stock too. I'll take it. That's what it does. Okay. Finn Minty, I hope that helps. Okay. Okay. Enrique. Whoa, that's awesome. No, you should be fine. Listen, the math, the 65 has more math than the 66, but less than all the other exams. I mean, less than the 7 for sure. I mean, look, if the math you do, if you can do current yield and you can do total return and you can maybe do a tips question, or you can recognize PE versus earnings per share, or do the future value, present value. Most of the time, you have to recognize PB versus FV, but I do have a couple questions on my brutal exams where I do them. So that's the other thing. So before you take it, anyone taking the 65 or 66, you would do well to find my brutal exams and take them. I promise you, you will feel good about it after you do them, and then you go take the test. You'll be like, wow, that's what's going to come out of your mouth. I promise you that. Because none of the vendors really match the vibe of the test. My brutal exams do. I'm not saying they're questions in the exam, but it's the vibe. It's the feel. None of the vendors do it because they can't. Because they're not me. Okay. Now, so you should not be worried about failing. You're in good shape. Okay. Theory. Okay. Maddie, hold on. Stay on there. Okay. So let's see. So let's talk about modern portfolio theory. Why? I have so many videos on these stupid things, but modern portfolio theory basically is saying, I think that I can keep diversifying and looking for non-correlated assets to keep diversifying my portfolio. Maybe I can either increase the return without increasing risk, or I can reduce risk without reducing return. So I'm looking for what they call the optimal portfolio. I don't want to be. So here's the thing. So there's a thing called the efficient frontier, which is the optimal portfolio. You can't really get ahead of it. You can be on it or behind it. Efficient frontier is like a curve. Okay. So it's basic risk and reward. If you're on that curve and you're hitting the optimal portfolio, you are literally getting the most amount of return for a given level of risk. You cannot be ahead of that. You can only be behind it or at it. Okay. So if you're behind it, if you're behind the curve, again, you don't have to do the math. If you're behind the optimal portfolio, then you can get then you're taking on more risk than your return is worth. Okay. So you're getting less return than you could have given that level of risk. So that's where we are. Okay. Now, efficient market theory. Okay. By the way, that's called the efficient portfolio. Don't get confused. Efficient market hypothesis. Okay. Is the belief that the market is efficient. What the hell does efficiency mean? Market efficiency means that the price is trading where it's supposed to be trading. Okay. That's what they're saying. It's trading where it's supposed to be trading. So we believe that if you believe in efficient market theory, you do not believe that there's any value. You're not a value investor. You're not a growth investor. You're literally kind of buying and holding kind of thing because you're not finding any inefficiencies. Okay. Meaning If the stock is trading at 40, that's where it should be trading. That's the general idea based on everything in there. So weak form believes that all prices that happened before have no impact on forward. So the price is trading where it should be. But we don't believe in technical. None of them believe in technical. But we do believe that if you do fundamental, you might be able to find a nugget, or you might be able to do better. That's weak form. Semi-strong believes that all news that is public is built into the price, and the only way to get better, to beat the market, is to have possession of inside information. Now remember, let's say private information. It does not mean, it can mean illegal inside information, but it could also mean information that you know that is not public, but nobody knows. And it sounds weird to do that, but let's say I'm a hedge fund and I'm trying to find out whether Dick's Sporting Goods is busy. I will slap a drone above the parking lots of all the Dick's Sporting Goods and see how many people pull in the parking lot every day. Not everyone has it. It's not private. Anyone can do it. It's not inside information. It's not illegal, but I can do that. I can do satellite things of the malls and see you have two malls. Which one has more people going to it? That would give me an idea of which mall is doing better. Is it Simon or Westfield? I can do that. That's all private information because you have it, but it's not illegal because it's public. It's sort of public. So weak semi-strong believes that the price reflects all public news, and any new news, Gary Gnu, any new news that comes out will affect the price. Lastly, strong form. That's like tinfoil hat wearing, cult believing. Strong form believes that all news, public and private, is built into the price, and you can't beat the market. You can't meet the price because all you're going to do is you're just going to be tilting against windows. Okay, that's all it is. Because you're not going to beat the market because they believe that all the news that is out there, public or private, is built into the price. There we go. Okay, hope that helps. Okay. Maddie, Bobami, me, man, Maddie, E. Okay. Okay. Tuesday. Okay. You can work on the math, but don't obsess on it. God, anyone taking the 65 or 66, especially the 63, if you're spending a lot of time on math, don't. I'm not saying there won't be math, but it's not going to be the end all be all. Like I had one of the guys, Michael. I love the kid. He took the test. He didn't do so well. And he goes, I felt like there was like 15 math questions. And over the past month or so, he's been in the study groups and talking to other people. He's realized that he goes, maybe they weren't so many math questions. It just felt like they were. So that's part of what it is. Like sometimes they'll ask questions about yield to maturity. You don't actually have to do it. You just have to know the relationship between yield to maturity, yield to call, current yield, coupon, stuff like that. Okay. So now until then, you should be taking finals every day, reviewing the shit out of everything. Make sure you're good on the investment vehicles and the client recommendations part. And make sure the day before, so on Monday, find my crash course, watch those videos, my power hour especially. Make sure you do my brutal exams. And make sure anyone taking the 65 or 66, 63, just read ethics the day before. 65 or 66, you need to do a quick review. I did a video on it last week on trusts, estates, and joint accounts. It's not going to be massive, but it's going to be enough on there to be like, oh, I should know that. Okay, good stuff. Okay. I like it. Enrique, not bad. Okay. JP, okay. Now. Oh, yeah, JP, we can go over this. Okay, so that's good stuff. Okay. Now, let's get into it. Oh, I was going to do vertical again. Shit, I screwed that up. Okay, but that's right. Because the shorts come out shitty when I do it this way. Okay, so here we go. So, what if I could do, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it a different way. I have a better way of doing it. Did I tell you I bought tickets for the Olympics for next summer?
No.
2028, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got tickets for lacrosse games. I'm buying for the gold medal games and the gold and silk, gold, bronze, all that I have to. The gold and bronze games I have to pay a lot more for, but I'm going to get them too. I bought. You can only buy I'm talking while I'm looking for this thing. You can only buy 12 tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
They limit you?
Yeah, but whoever signs up, so I have all my kids signing up. Let's see I'll do this one. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to share screen. Oh my God, I just clicked it off. That's crazy. I'm an idiot. I literally opened it up and then I clicked it off. So just clean up my breath. There we go. There we go. Let's see if it'll fit on the screen. We gotta go a little bit smaller. Okay. Where are we? It's hard to find sometimes. That's what she said. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. I think I can shorten this a little bit. That might make it a little bit. Can we read that?
And yeah, that's good.
We can. Okay. So here we go. So everyone do this. JP, everyone. This is the thing. When you're doing convertibles, God forbid you get them on the 65 or the 66. And if you're taking the 7, this is great. Okay. So first step is always par divided by the convertible price. So let's do it everyone together. Par. I don't care about the 8 million or the 7% of the 25 years. Once you see this shit, all I care about is how to convert. So first thing I'm going to do is par divided by the convertible price. So let's do that. Okay. Par 1,000 divided by 40 equals 25. That means I'm going to get 25 shares for every bond I convert. Okay. So that's 25 shares for every bond I convert. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, that means I get 25 shares. What's the stock trading at? Well, the stock's trading at 98. So I'm going to do 25 times 98. That, I'm an idiot. I'm going to do 25 times 45. Guys, you should have caught me. I multiply times the common stock. So it's going to be 45. I'm going to do 25 times 45. That gives me 1125. You can't see it because I'm on camera. So what happens is, if I were to convert, I would get $1,125 worth of stock. So JP, again, first step is par divided by the convertible price. Second step is multiply that number times the common stock. Now, if that number, 1125, is higher than the 98, the price of the bond, you would convert. If it's lower, you would not convert. So I'll show you one more question here. Let's go to the next one. Let's try this one all together. Par divided by the convertible price. Par divided by 80. 1,000 divided by 80. Divided by 80 is 12.5. I'm going to multiply that times the common stock times 85. That gives me 1,062. Hope you're caught up with me. Par divided by 80, that's 12.5. 12.5 shares times 85 is 1,062. Yet I could sell the bond for 1,100. So I would rather sell the bond. So I would sell the bond and not convert. So again, that's all you're doing. Okay. Good. Hope that helps. And we're back. Okay, good. Okay. JP, let me know if that helps. Yeah, nobody likes this shit. Okay, so if you're in my, by the way, JP, if you're in the membership group we just had, we went over this for like 20 minutes with samples back and forth. You're missing out. You should feel FOMO, people, that you're not in these study groups. We're meeting every Monday and Thursday, but not next Thursday. Next Thursday will be Wednesday. So Wednesday is Thursday next week. Just keep that in mind. The live will be Wednesday, and the class, the beforehand, will be Wednesday. Because I'm going to be Panama. Okay, now. So if I'm looking at stock, think of technical as trading. Technical is trading. So technical is all about the trading, the prices, support on the bottom, resistance on top, overbought, oversold, shit like that. Any patterns, trends, anything to do with the trading of the stock. They actually don't give a shit about what the company does. They care about what it's trading at, where it's moving, or people buying, selling, stuff like that. That's technical. Fundamental actually looks at the company, okay? Fundamental looks at the fundamentals. It's no fun. Remember, technical, T for trade, T for technical, T for trading. Fundamental, we're looking at the actual inner workings of the company. PE ratio, earnings per share, balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statement, all that shit, that's what we're looking at, okay? Okay. Now, dividend, okay. Now, again, you won't have to do the math, but if you watch my brutal exams, I show you how to do it. Dividend discount model is how we find present value. So is DCF. Dividend discount model is for common stock or preferreds. Discounted cash flow is for bonds or projects. So DCF and DDM are taking all the future cash flows, discounting them back to say, look, let's use the DCF. 907 next year is worth 863 this year. So that's discounting it back. So what you basically they're saying in a way, what you could buy for 863 now will cost 907 next year. And then the year after that's at 960 and then 1,000. So the whole point is DCF is taking the future value, bringing it back usually for bonds. Dividend discount model is for stock. And dividend growth model is for stocks, assuming there's a growth factor that's a dividend growth. Don't worry about the math too much. Find my time value money video, JP, it'll help a lot. Okay. Don't sweat the math too much. Okay. Where can you find the brutal exam at? Search my playlist. Okay. If you go into my channel, which you know what it is because you're here, and hit videos, don't hit videos, and you scroll down, maybe September, October. I have 2 of them within a week of each other. Go check them out. Okay. Yeah, Bryce, baby. 100%. Did you pass that? Okay. Yeah, the brutal exams are good. I'm not saying they're questions from the exam, but everyone feels like they are. Okay. Okay. Let me go back to this. Oh, wait, hold on. Erin, you are a winner. That's awesome. I'm sorry you had to wait so long. How long did you wait? 10 minutes. Not hard. I've done worse. That is outstanding. So you're done. You're absolutely done, right? That is outstanding.
I want to take me to Funky Town. Want to take me to Funky Town. Want to take me to Funky Town.
Just dragging it out. Okay. That is outstanding. I love it. Okay. Here we go. Back to this. Come on. We got the value. Again, fundamentals is much more about just looking at don't overthink the fundamentals. Learn PE ratio, learn earnings per share, learn current ratio, and you should be fine. Okay. Current ratio is literally just current assets divided by current liabilities. It's a liquidity formula. Again, the vendors love the fucking formulas. Don't worry about them. They're not going to be that big a deal. Okay. IRR, internal rate of return. If I use the internal rate of return is how we find the present value, right? So it's not the method. But if I have $1,000 bond and I do the discounted cash flow back, say is have $1,000 bond that matures in 3 years at $1,000 bucks. And I go, what do I have to invest now? Like, what's the present value? The rate of return where that 1,000 equals my 863 this year at 5% is the internal rate of return. If you do better than that, you have a positive NPV. If you do worse than that, you have a negative NPV. Don't go too crazy on it. Just know that IRR is the rate of return where future value equals present value. Not the same number, but they're equal. Don't sweat the math. I promise you it's not that bad. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so Enrique, just look for him now. And then if you can't find him, I'll throw him in the chat if I can near the end. Okay. That is outstanding. I love when I hear that. Okay. Yes. So, Allison, absolutely. So here's, let's go through the things. Okay. Convertibles. Remember, convertibles, rights, and warrants can dilute. So if they ask you, here's a question for you fundamental guys. If they say earnings per share, that's your earnings divided by outstanding shares. If they say fully diluted earnings per share, that means earnings divided by shares plus all the possible shares that can be done because calls, rights, and rights, warrants, and convertibles could dilute. Here's why. Because rights, warrants, and convertibles are issued by the company. So if you convert the rights or the warrants or the convertibles, they're issuing new shares to you. So there's now shares outstanding. So that could be a thing. Like you guys read about the GameStop thing, right? So the GameStop is little goldfish is trying to buy eBay for $56 billion. GameStop's worth $9 billion. And he goes, well, maybe, and he's saying he's going to take some of the shares and leverage it out. It's going to be half stock, half cash. There's a lot of shit going on. But what's interesting is that he goes, oh, I'll just issue more shares to get money, and that would dilute all the other shareholders. But here's the other problem. There's about $6 billion in zero coupon debt, basically zero coupon bonds that are convertible and puttable. And what does that mean? So convertible means they can turn it into common anytime they want. So literally, they can turn it into common, dilute the shares even more. And puttable means that they can demand, now that's not until 2028, but they can demand GameStop pay them back the $1,000 whenever they want. So there's a lot of hair on this thing. But again, rights, warrants, and convertibles, since people exercising them will get more shares that the company gives to them, they're definitely dilutable. Good stuff. Okay. Okay. So, Allison, hope that helps a little bit. Okay. How old are the two goats? I'm scoring 55, 64 cruises on Kaplan. I test on May 21st. No, I think you're fine. I think you're 2 weeks out. Depends. So I would say use the performance tracker and try to figure out where you're weak and what you're weak on. No, I would not move it. You're 2 weeks out. Don't overthink it. Like they say, don't let perfect get in the way of good, right? You don't need to be perfect on this thing. You just need to be good enough to pass. And if you're in the 55 to 64% range now with 2 weeks to go, I would go through that performance tracker. I don't know, throw it in fucking GPT and ask where your weakness shit is. Okay, ask Claude, whatever. Put it in there and try to figure out what you should be working on. But again, you have to also open up the NASAA content outline and see of the things you're weak in, what are heavily tested. Like if you're weak on like, I don't know, some rare fucking shit that's gonna if you're weak on investment vehicle or investment vehicle characteristics or client recommendations or rights in general, like if you're only and then if you the problem is Kaplan is very convoluted.
Your voice is fading out a little bit.
What?
Your voice is fading out a little bit.
Is that any better?
Yes.
Okay. So eat the mic. That's what they say, right? Yeah, when I lean back too much.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay. I get too comfortable. Oh, okay. So Kaplan confuses convoluted with hard. So a lot of the vendors, they not just Kaplan, but a lot of them do. They make the questions hard, as in tricky. At NASAA makes the questions hard, as in just hard. Do you know your shit? So if you want to know if you're ready, if you want to know if you know your shit, give it another week of reading and going over stuff, and then find my brutal exams and take them. If you feel good on those, that's what the wording. That's the same vibe. Let's look at the same sort of test. Okay. Okay. Gabriel, stay there. Okay. Okay. What? That's fucking nuts what I'm reading about Nice Guy Jay. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me do one thing. I'll get back to you, Jason. We got to talk to Nice Guy Jay in a second. Boom, baby. Inbox profit. I love it. Oh, let's have some fun.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Gotta get.
Let's go, baby. Outstanding. Any surprises? Fully licensed. Oh, you went out of order, right? That's awesome. I love it. Okay. I fucking love that. Fully licensed, baby. Okay. Hold on. Nice guy, Jay. Stay there. There are much better jobs than $15 an hour in Miami. Okay. Back to this. Tips on. We might have an early. I don't know if I have an early night. I have a couple things. Guys, throw your questions in there. I'm gonna head out early, baby. I got dinner calling my name. I don't know if I'm gonna have yet, but I have a call my name anyway. So yeah, Jason, go to my. If you want to work on investment vehicle characteristics, I have a video on it. But if you go to my Series 7 playlist, okay. Where are we? If you go to my Series 7 playlist, where the hell are we? There we are. Where is my Series 7 exam playlist? You go in there right here. I'm going to plug it in the chat. And you go about, let's see, once you get about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. From like 5 to 15. Those are all the investment vehicle characteristic stuff. So let me put it in here. Look in the playlist, hit 5 through 15. You saw somebody who's asking how to join the membership, right?
No.
Yeah,
Where, did I miss it?
real baby.
Here, I'll put a membership in there.
So yeah, I love Achievable. Look, so Jason, go watch those videos. That'll help a lot. And if you want to work on the math a little bit, find my Mathapalooza video. It'll help. If you go in this Series 7 math playlist, it'll be in there. Mathapalooza is near the bottom. Okay. Today is Thursday. There's no class tomorrow. So the class I have is if it's a 65, 66, it's Mondays and Thursdays. I'm going to watch my son coach in a tournament tomorrow night. He's at Don Bosco. He's coaching versus Martin. Deal. Okay. He got spanked last time, and now he's ready. He wants revenge. Okay. Yeah, so you just go on the membership, hit the button, and if you're going to do the one class a week, that's $34. If you want 2 classes a week, it's $49. Pretty fucking cheap. Guys, since we're here, since we're on that thing, Stephanie, welcome on, baby. I love it. You're going to love my options. You're going to blow your mind, okay? You're going to blow your mind on this. Okay, now, and nice KJ, we're almost up to you. So the memberships are great for you guys, since it's not 7. There's really 2 choices. $34.99, we meet on every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Or if you do the $49.99, we meet Sundays and Thursdays. But we're meeting Wednesday next week because I'm going away. Okay. So again, Mondays, if you do the membership, it's $34 for Mondays, $49 for Mondays and Thursdays. And you get to see the old membership videos. It's helpful. Okay. Papa Ken. What are you saying? I'm old? Okay. Okay. So, yes. Oh, wait. We haven't spoken since then, right? I don't think we have.
Like a bullet to your brain. Upside, inside out. Living la vida loca. She'll push and pull you down. Living la vida loca.
Know that you mentioned it on Tuesday, but tonight's NASA night, so we give it to you. Now, this is the thing. So that's very weird. Maybe email us and tell us what company. I don't want you to bash your company here. $15 an hour for a wealth management job, and they won't accept the 6365. It doesn't make sense. You did not pass it for nothing. If you have the 6365, do you have the 7 yet? You want to get sponsored for the 7, right? Okay. So that is, there are better jobs out there. Look for Fidelity, look for Schwab, look for UBS, look for Morgan Stanley, look for Vanguard. There's a couple. I know that you said, are you in Miami? Did you say you're in Miami? Yeah, because I know that a couple of people I know have jobs in Sarasota with Fidelity. I know they have jobs in Miami. I mean, I know they have an office there. It's too big a city not to have it. Look for them; they'll pay better. What is $15 an hour? That's like. Remember when I was younger, I'd kill for that. I was a lifeguard for $3 an hour. 15 times 40. Oh my God, times 52. Yeah, no, you can do better than that. You could, I mean, maybe if you're sitting as a bank teller, maybe the 31 to 35 is where you are, and then it starts. But I think that's low. I mean, in reality, the only thing is you could get the job. Here's the one thing. It's easier to get a job when you have one. But the problem is at $15 an hour, I mean, that's making 600 a week before taxes. Unless you're living at home, that's going to be hard to do. Okay. I would keep looking. Unless there's bonuses and shit like that. Some places give you bonuses for having the SIE and stuff added. I do not get why they won't take the 63-65 combo. If you take the job and they want you to take the 66, say no, you want to do this. Okay. No, Anderson, don't worry about it. Okay. I didn't see the first one, so maybe I missed it. I would go over trust estates, and I don't know who if you have SDC, go through the crunch time facts. If you have Notman, go through the key concepts. If you have Kaplan, go to Achievable and ask and look on there. I think they have free dump sheets they can look at. But tonight's not a big night. I mean, you really should just be doing trust estates, joint accounts, and then watch my power hour and go beat this fucking thing. Okay. I would do in reality, I would try to do as much of the crash course as you can. Where are you? Where the fuck is it? At least so Anderson, at least do the 65, 66 power hour and then the 63 one. Because remember, the 60, they broke it into two because I wanted to cover more things. 63 is a regs portion of the test. 65's the power hour and quick and dirty are more for the 65, 66. Okay. But it only covers that stuff. I left the 63 stuff out. Okay. Okay. Lillian, how are you? Oh, you emailed me. Jeff, did you see the email I sent you, I think, from her?
I don't think so. I can take
a look. I'll resend it. I think she sent me an email. Because she's looking for structure, not the learning stuff. So yeah, I think that's where we got to go. So Lily, in general, first thing is just do a little bit of time on your calendar. Put in an hour a day just to start. Just get going. Just read, watch videos, do something. Every day should be on your calendar something, whether it's an hour this, an hour that. If you want to set up a session with Jeff, that's probably a good idea. Just set up a session with him, and he'll spend 3-4 hours. No, he'll spend like 45 minutes with you or whatever, just to get you on the basically to create a study plan just for you alone. Okay, and you can get that on my website. It's series7exam.org.
Yeah, I can put the link in here.
There you go. Okay. And if you're taking the 66, Lillian, join the memberships. It'll help. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, it's always that way. The text. Okay. Hold on. I'm reading this one thing. Hold on. No, yeah, Lisa. Yes, I am a fan. Like, if you do Achievable and it's not clicking, then go to SDC. That'll make a difference. But yeah, read the book. It will. Watch my videos in connection with the book, and it'll help a lot. I promise. Achievable is good, but it doesn't connect with everyone. Sometimes people need SDC. Sometimes having a different voice always helps. You're going to see the second try after failing 82. Okay. Oh, your score. What? How? You're doing great. Your scores are on cap and your scores are great. Use the test key stuff. Use my brutal exams. That's your tips. Just keep doing it. And then anything you get wrong, remember, here's the thing. When you go over your exams, you must read the right and the wrong answers. You have to do both. Because if you just read the wrong answers, you may lock in, like you may anchor in a bad answer. You don't want to do that. You don't want to get right and forget. You don't want to get something right by guessing and then think it's the right answer. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. 100% too low. Yeah. Maddie's right. 100%. You got to be closer to $25 or $30 an hour in wealth. Okay. I mean, they're expecting you to come in there and dress nice and be a suit and for $15 an hour. That's like lower than minimum wage in some states. Okay. That's fine, Gabriel. That's fine. Going back and forth. Yes, if you're getting 80s and SDC and do the capping, you're in good shape. Especially if you haven't read their book and you're getting 75, 77, that means you know your shit. Make sure you do my brutal exams. Make sure you watch the videos and go fucking nail this thing, Gabriel. And hopefully I'll see you on Monday. This is what I was laughing at. I don't know. Just ignore him. Kill him with kindness. I don't know. Look, this is a real thing, I'm trying to see if there's something I'm going to say wrong, like Michael Hunt kind of thing.
Yeah, I would kind of hold it back.
Yeah, I think I have a thing that you have to be a subscriber to comment, so it kind of kicks some of them out.
What do you mean cohort?
So usually when like Schwab and them, they'll bring in like a group of like 20, like every month they'll have a training class and they call them cohorts. So it'd be like 10 or 15 people, they all have to study together, they all take the test around the same time, and then once that's done, they go to the new one.
Here's I can give very neutral advice here.
Yeah, you do it. I don't have neutral advice.
Okay.
I'd say put rice in his cast tank, but no. Okay.
I would say that, you're at what is this, like probably like a Fidelity or Schwab?
Yeah, Fidelity, Schwab, Vanguard,
okay.
something like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna say so you're talking about a big company. I'm gonna say if this person is really that bad, it'll come out in the wall. It'll come out.
And you're only going to see him for a little bit.
You don't need to say anything.
Right.
These things always come to the surface and work their way out in these large companies.
Yep, I agree.
Don't be that. Not at this point. Not when you're starting out. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know. Stay neutral. Do what you got to do. But these things usually work themselves out.
I agree. Almost always.
Ken, look how well it worked out for us.
I know. It's true. It did. But we had to shut the company down. I'm kidding. Gabriel, that's fine. Remember, look, I'm a big fan of being cocky and confident, all that shit, but you don't need it. I mean, you should feel better now. If you're getting 83s in SDC and you're passing Kaplan, go do my brutal exams. If you do well on those, then you're ready to go. You know your shit. Okay. Oh, yeah. So Ken at series7exam.org. Email me there. Ken at series7exam.org. Or Jeff at capadvantagetutoring.com. Okay. I'm loaded on you. Okay, here we go. Well, you are okay with getting your email anyway. You love getting emails from people. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
It's funny. I get so many emails. I answer probably 95% of them.
I actually get more text messages from this than I do emails.
Oh, right. That's true. See, I want to see something. So,
because usually when I talk to somebody, I'm always like, if you have a question, just text me.
Right.
And they usually,
it's so much easier.
99% of the time they just text me and it's simple.
And it's quick and easy. I know.
Yeah.
What I get is a lot of people try to call. I don't have fucking time to talk on the phone. I even tell you, Jeff, if I'm on the phone with you, I am actively trying to get off the phone. No offense, not personal. I don't like talking on the phone. I don't.
Neither do I.
No. And you're
I don't like holding the phone.
I know, it's true. I do everything on speaker. Everything is in my earbuds all the time. Like basically, I'm on this all the time. I have these in my ear.
I got mine.
So you wear those. I can't do those. Look at that. You see that? You just got a notification.
Did I?
Boom. So I have the ones that hook. I know that people do these. I can't talk the earbuds. The Apple ones fall out. Okay. Okay. Let's keep it. Should I know all parts of the Form ADV? Well, yeah. I mean, it's not that many, right? There's 4 of them. 1A. All investment advisors do 1A. All investment advisors do 1A. Keep that in mind. All investment advisors do 1A. Okay. Next. 1B is only for state advisors. 1B is only for state advisors. Keep that in mind. Okay? 1B is only for state advisors. 2A is disclosures for the firm. 2B is disclosures for the investment advisor rep. That's where we are. Okay. That's about it. I mean, ADVE is for if you have custody and the disclosure, and the auditor has to file your annual audit. Form CRS is for retail clients. You have to have a wrap fee disclosure. It's kind of it. I mean, it's what it is. It's not that hard. And remember, you have to give the Form ADV at or prior to signing the contract. The 2B, 2A, and 2B at or prior to signing the contract. If it's a state advisor, they would like you to have it 48 hours at a time. But if you don't, they just get 5 days to back out. There, I did it. Mystery Meat, I just did it. So easy. I have videos on that stuff. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Nice guy has one after me. Okay. Yeah, in person every fucking time. So look, unless you can't stand being around people, in person every single time. Every time. I promise you it'll make a difference. Okay. If you do it in online, which is very hard to do. For the 65, 66, you basically have to be kicking out a lung for them to be able to do it. For them to allow it, you would have to pretty much give up a lung. Like literally, they want you on your deathbed. They go, oh yeah, maybe you can do it because they realized during COVID when they did a lot of online, the average online score was higher than the in-person score by not a little bit amount. So they figure people are cheating. Now FINRA does the same thing. Now either you have a doctor, a strong reason not to take it in person, or you have to live more than 150 miles from a center. The SIE you can take online or whatever, they don't care. But the ones that matter, it's online is hard, and don't do it. Because understand, if you lose the internet, it's a pain in the ass. You got to retake it. I won't be a fail. I had one person, she was taking it, and her 4-year-old walked into the room and they shut it down and accused her of cheating. Now, FINRA looked at the tape and goes, she wasn't obviously cheating, but it caused her anxiety. That reminded me, I saw somebody the other day posted, she was studying for the 79. She missed it by 1 point. 2 weeks later, on their own, FINRA called and said, we rescored your test. We feel that there was a couple questions that you got right or whatever. You passed. She failed and they gave her a pass. It does happen.
When did that? How long ago was this?
A week.
Really?
Yeah, I tell anyone who misses by 1 to appeal it anyway, but you have to be specific. You have to know the questions that are unfair. They will look at it. NASA will look at it, but they're so cocky, they don't think any of their shit's wrong. But FINRA will look at it, and they go, if they think it's unfair, they'll give you the point or whatever. I know somebody who, when they gave scores, this was 10 years ago, he went into work, he got an 81, and then he walked in, and his boss goes, what score did you get? He was 81. He goes, no, you got an 83. They emailed us and said they bumped your score up. It's like, well, good for me. I fucking passed. Yeah. But it'll never go the other way. But yeah, by the way, don't do it online unless it's the SIA, maybe, but even then. Yes, they do. They do it all the time. Yes. And they will take the 6365. Understand, if you have the SIE and the 6365, you are down here on the risk level. If you don't have a college degree, it makes it harder. But if you do, and you have the SIE and the 6365, you are now very low on their risk level of taking a test. So you're much more likely to get hired than if you didn't.
So does Jay have the 63, 65 in SAE right now? He
just passed the 65 on Friday.
65 on Friday.
And he went, there's a firm he applied for that they said they won't accept it. They only take the SIE. It's probably a bank. And they're paying him, they want to pay him $15 an hour.
Oh, okay. So right. I'm going back to that. But so he has the SIE also.
Yep. Okay.
And the 63? He
has a 63 and 65, and they won't take it.
But they will take the SIE in 63. You'd have to take the 66 and the.
Right. Hold on here, guys. Jay and Maddie. Jay and Maddie. The easiest way, you can look each other up, but the other way is see the thing crawling across the bottom? FINRA NASA Exam Test Prep Network. Join that and then post in there. Actually, you can go in there and then you can find each other in the group. Okay? Go in there and maybe Jay say I'm looking for Maddie. It sounds like a whatever, and you can say let's take one of those missed connections things, right? Just say boom. Okay, look, he has SIE life insurance 63 and 65. Okay. Oh, they found each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't. You know what? You're in a good spot.
Yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, yeah, you have a lot of good stuff on your head.
Yeah, you're ahead of the game. You have something to, even if we were talking about not having a degree.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of you're ahead of the game. Even if it's take like an assistant position, just get yourself in the door. Because once you get in the door, it's totally different.
Right. 100%.
Just do it.
It looks like they hooked up, which is good. Okay. Okay, Maddie. If you're remember something. So the Saturday is for the Series 7. Monday and Wednesday next week are for the 65, 66. Hope that helps. Okay. You want JPM? Hope that helped. That's good. Okay. Oh, he does have a college. So you're in good shape. Yeah, you'll be fine. Okay.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Okay. So how do you start? What's the best way to begin, Jeff? You have a piece of clay here. How does a person study? How does a person do this? How do they start? They already have the 7 and the SIE.
Read the book.
Yep. Does he
start
take
by reading the book? Same way you did for the other exams. Read all the chapters. Do the chapter quizzes after you get done reading, and then go to the practice exams. It's it's a rinse and repeat. No, there's no shortcuts. The 66, like Ken always says, it's a different animal. You definitely want to give it your full attention. Don't, it's not something, and none of these exams are to be taken lightly. You have to prepare for all of them. So read the book, get your 75s to 80% on the chapter quizzes, move on to practice exams. Same thing there, and just make sure that you have the answers off. When you read the explanations, give it your full undivided concentration. And I've been preaching for the past couple of weeks. Put your phone aside. Don't look at emails. Don't be somewhere where people can interrupt you. Don't try to squeeze it in, in the middle of the workday if you're going to get interruptions. Make the time yours. Make it quiet. Make it like as if you were taking the exam. Because you're better off focusing and spending quality time than just putting in hours upon hours and not having your full concentration on it.
I agree. Here you go.
And back to you.
Oh, good. Boom. Okay. Okay. Now, I love it. Okay, good. They're good. They're hooking up. We probably just hooked. If you guys get married sometime, let me know. Now, here we go. Okay. Yeah, you don't get a ton of it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, gross profit margin. There it is. Okay. So, yeah, it's not a big deal. Gross profit margin is literally what you make over COGS. I know it's like what you make before expenses or operating expenses are taken on. Gross profit. Oh, there, he liked that. That was good. Gross profit margin. And watch my fucking videos if you didn't say it. Gross profit margin is what we make over COGS, what it costs, but before we take all the expenses out. So profit margin is what we make, right? Gross profit margin is before the expenses come out. That's all it is, okay? And the higher it is, the more efficient we are. Is that the end of us? Okay. Yeah, you know what? That's awesome. Yeah, put it in there. Put it in that group and just explain to people what you're going on so they know. Because look, $15 an hour for a banking job is criminal. I mean, reality, $15 an hour for almost any job except for like flipping burgers is criminal, but it is what it is. Okay. Yes. You're not going to get a shitload of ADB questions. You probably won't. Okay. Okay, doke. Is that it? Nice. We made it to 9. I never know if we're going to make it there or not.
That's amazing.
I know. It's a good group of people. I like this stuff. I like these people. It's good stuff. I'm happy with this.
I like the mix of working and the exam stuff.
It's all good stuff. No, I like that. I like that a lot. It shouldn't just be one thing. Guys, don't forget, if you want to do the membership, it's just Mondays and Wednesdays. Normally Mondays and Thursdays, but now it's Monday and Wednesday. It's like $34.49 a month, not even a class. It's fucking cheap. Don't forget to check out Series 70's Tutor, or he's a good tutor, or mine. It's series66exam.com. It's me or two other tutors. We have the Facebook group. Check out Achievable, and let's go. I think we're good to go. Oh, Maddie, you know you're gonna be fine. You're gonna rock this, baby. You're gonna rock this thing. I know you are. And just remember one thing.
Do you know how easy this is for me? Do you have any fucking idea how?
On the vertical, never mind.
That was actually a good one.
What?
That was a good one.
I know it's my favorite one, but if it's not, I'll do it next Tuesday. Okay, everyone. Oh, yeah, I'll be here Tuesday. Everyone, I love seeing you guys, and I will see you guys. Have a great weekend. And the next time I see you, remember, next week is the live is gonna be Wednesday.